Hello everyone, this is Beastly Eel here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the latest episode of The Bad Batch. So this is episode 10, and I would guess you would say this is also a filler episode, but we shall move on from that. So let's talk about the episode and we'll see where we're going after the fact, or where we think we're going to be heading after what happens in this episode. So, this episode takes place directly after the last episode. They're stranded on the planet, trying to get off, and not sure what to do. What they plan to do is they're going to fix this um, transport vehicle. It's very awful. It's pretty much rusted bolts. Um, Not really great for anything, but it exists. So anyway, they have that going for them, and they're trying to get it fixed. While they're trying to get that fixed, Omega is trying to figure out how to find their ship. What they find out is, or what she figures out, is that even though the ship might be shut down, or their tracking device in the ship has been shut down, their droid inside has not, and they have a chance of finding it. What they find out is that the ship is still on planet, about 1,000 or 100 due left or due west or something like that. Not that super far away. So they get the vehicle fixed and they start heading towards it. What happens is the person who stole the ship brings the ship into the mine, or this mine that we have not seen before, brings it down, gives it to his boss, who um, is named Mako. Anyway, and he basically is a slave trader, really. He's working these kids to the bone to giving them the bare minimum um, so he can make the most amount of money. And this kid, gives him the ship as, payment, so he can then be considered the top earner out of everybody here, everybody in their area. So they basically start destroying the ship, take it apart piece by piece, um, little by little, by the way. So they're not taking everything out completely, but they're doing it piece by piece. Um, what they find out is um, they have to wait and see on who's going to be the top earner and everything else. And then the boy gets the droid as payment for getting the ship, and he's given water rations that Mako drinks most of which before giving to the boy. And everyone seems to be very pleased with Mako and how they want to please him and everything else. Very Stockholm Syndrome esque. Mako has these droids around all over the place with him as well. I just want to give you that picture so you have an idea. So anyway, he goes back to the surface. Um, the Bad Batch finds the droid, which then finds the thief. He tries to run away. They get him. They stop him. Blah blah blah. They basically force him to work with them so they can get their ship back. He's against it. They basically don't give him a choice. They go to actually get their ship. How they have to get inside? They have to jump down this. Um, oh my gosh, the smokestack in between exhausts, or else they burn up and die. So Hunter goes down. He barely makes it after having to take out a droid. Gets out, gets the rest of them to follow, and the thief takes them to their ship. But when they get to the ship, they realize a lot of the stuff that is important has been taken out. So they start putting it back together. They are unable to shut off the uh, shield that is over the opening of the the opening of the mine. So they have to go to the center tower, sorry, to actually get the code for it. So the thief basically explains to them that only kids will be able to be unnoticed there. So Omega goes with him, and Hunter basically, he is not against it whatsoever, which I find very odd. But he explains to Omega that she better keep an eye on him, and so she goes with him. But she has to go with no weapons, which is kind of a red flag. So anyway, they go down. They have to swipe a card from one of the elites of Mako's so they can get into the command center. He does so without a problem. He has to talk a bunch of junk to this kid, and he gets it rather easily. And then Mako announces who's the big winner, or the big, not spender. Oh my gosh, the best moneymaker is basically what it came down to. And it was not the thief, and he was PO'd about it because he thought that ship was going to take him over the top, and it did not. So he takes Omega to the center. Um, she starts trying to download the codes to the shield. While she's doing that, he hits a button to call backup, but she does not notice. What she finds out while waiting for the codes for the shield is she finds out that Mako has been making more profits than ever, and he's making a killing. And basically, he's just enjoying all the profits and not giving a single ounce to any of his workers. And the kid's starting to get worried about it and everything else. That's when Mako and his droids come in, and he takes Omega. Um, he then goes to the garage to stop the ship from being taken. That's when um, Hunter, Wrecker, and Tech realize something's wrong, and they start going their separate ways to deal with the problem. So Tech and Wrecker go head on with Mako, and Hunter is off to the side. And Mako has Omega up on the top, being ready to be thrown off into the, I guess, mine lava, I guess. It's gonna kill you if you get thrown into there, whether it's the heat or just the drop in general. Something's gonna kill you. So while this is going on, the Bad Batch basically have to back off, and they put their guns away. And then this is when the thief comes out and states that Mako has been lying to them this entire time. He's been gaining so much profit and everything else. And Mako realizes he's in some hot water. So he orders the droid to throw Omega off. That's when Hunter shoots his grapple gun to go save her. He does. And what happens is they're all the kids are ready to rebel against him. And he tells his droids to take him out. And that's when Tech and Wrecker take out the droids with ease. And the kids take out Mako. And what happens at the end of the episode is they get into their ship and they take off. But one of the biggest things that Omega says is, she's noticing that, there's so many people like the Empire who are really basically just messing up the universe. And she's not happy about it. But Tech says something that puts her at ease, and I would imagine the audience as well, myself included, that he goes, even though there's a lot of people out there who do bad things, like the Empire, there are also a lot of people like us who are trying to stop it from happening, which I think is such a great message in the sense of showing the fact that we decide whether things stay bad. Like, yes, bad things happen, but we can either choose to allow it to continue to happen or we can stand up and fight. And I think that's an excellent message that was definitely shown in this episode. As for the future episodes, because there's 6 left, I'm not 100% sure where we're going. I'm imagining that they're going to have a fight with Sid because Sid never came to get him, and they gotta be spotted by the Empire again. There's no way they can't be. So I'm very interested to see where that goes. But overall, still liking this. This season is definitely much better than the first. It's kept my interest right from the get go, and it continues to do so because it's showing the rest of the world, or the rest of the universe, I should say, in such a way that paints a wider brush on what's going on and how everything's going on just around the universe in general. And that the Empire wasn't the only bad out there. You know what I mean? There were so many others, and it just so happened that the Empire was just so large. But definitely interesting overall. Now, let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comments below. Did you like it? Did you not like it? And why? And as always, if you like the content you see, please click on the EO right over here and also like the video if you so choose to. Other than that, this is going to be Beastly Eel signing out. So have a great night.